Most regular viewers of the channel understand my massive distaste for most origins that make you spawn in the Nether, mainly because the majority of the time the origin doesn't exactly give you the tools that are necessary to actually do anything proper in the Nether, as well as with the many different ways that you might get screwed over by being spawned in an area where you're pretty much away from any form of actual open land, or you're floating above lava, or many other weird little scenarios that origins can do. So it takes a bit to actually get me to make a video discussing an origin that is solely based on a Nether themed origin. Let's go through it. The Nether Heir is an origin created by the 𝓵𝓲𝓷𝓴𝓼 from the Origins Discord server. This is a Nether mob human hybrid who has lived in the Nether since the ancient days. This is a 3 impact origin made originally for 1.16, but from what I can tell so far, it does work perfectly fine in 1.17. I guess we'll find out if anything breaks throughout this video or any ability comes out skewed. Moving right into the first ability, we've got Adaptation. After your ancestors have been trapped in the Nether for generations, your skin is naturally burnt and has fire resistance. You can also swim faster in lava. This ability right here immediately gets rid of my first biggest gripe that comes with these type of origins. 9 times out of 10 with a lot of the origins that make you spawn in the Nether, for some reason they make it so that you still take damage from lava. Now some of them have their own solution. For example, there's one that I forgot the exact name to, but it gave you the phantom ability so you can shift phase through walls, but you can't go through lava because that will still burn you. But sometimes they don't give you anything to cope with the fact, like the God of War origin I reviewed a little while back that made you spawn in the Nether, but if you get stuck in this place where I got screwed in that spawn for that world, you pretty much can't get out without dying a few times before you can successfully start to do anything because, well, you're floating above lava in a little pocket of air. Ultimately, Nether spawns aren't too great, but I guess this gives you something to get out of that pickle if you're, let's say, in an area where you have to hit the lava at least a little bit in order to get out of your sticky situation. And hey, if you want the ability to be able to swim in lava, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below, as there's a few 100,000 of you guys who watch my content actively but don't actually subscribe, so it'd be highly appreciated if a few of you guys would. Anyway, self-promo aside, let's continue on. Can we just appreciate for a moment how beautiful the SEUS shaders are? Like, this is actually really cool just to look at. Anyhow, moving to the next ability, we've got Known Aura. You are blessed with the Wizard's Grace. All Nether mobs, including Hoglins, Piglin Brutes, and Ghast, are passive towards you. Hoglins are just angry at everyone, especially the zombified ones. They'll just attack anything that gets in their way, so it's fair enough that they won't be passive towards you. Piglin Brutes, they're Piglin Brutes. They don't give a damn. They just want to kill you if you're not a Piglin type mood. That's what they are. And Ghast, the painful, annoying, floating things they are, you know what Ghasts are by now. They've been around for long enough. You should understand Ghast. Come on. But this means that with the skeletons, zombified pigmen, I think, unless you hit them, maybe they'll be won't be so passive towards you. Piglins, skeletons possibly, since they do spawn in the Nether technically, but I'm assuming no. And also blazes are all going to be passive towards you, which is pretty beautiful, especially when exploring the Nether, which gets rid of another beautiful gripe about being a spawn origin in the Nether because of these darn mobs. You know, one thing I realized when doing this, that piglins do kill withers skeletons. Did you know that? I didn't know that before this. Sorry, I'm just learning things here. Moving to the next ability, you've got Experienced Rage. By pressing the G button, which is your primary origin ability button, you can access your fiery temper, which gives you 15 seconds of resistance, speed, and strength. So the first note of this ability is this ability does not work when you're not in the Nether. So you can only use this ability when you're in the Nether. If you're in the O4, this ability just simply won't function for you. It won't activate. When you press your ability button, nothing is going to happen. You have to be in the Nether for this ability to actually function, but you're going to be in the Nether most of the time considering your buffs in the Nether. So yeah, that's a pretty good thing to know anyhow. Moving to the next ability, you've got Battle Plates. Your skin is very tough from being burnt away in the Nether. It gives you natural protection. Probably be a better way to reword this description to the ability is probably say that due to being underneath the intense heat of the Nether 24/7, your skin and body has grown naturally to defend against it, to harden up and be able to give you some extra natural protection when it comes to the heat. Hence why, you know, you can swim in lava and that doesn't affect you because your skin's grown tougher, so you don't need to be all from being burnt away it got tough. No, by being just underneath that severe heat, your skin grew tougher. But this ability gives you 4 bonus armor points on top of the normal nothing that you have by default. Then, of course, as always, I've made sure to make sure it's clear, unless you have certain mons that remove this limit, you can only go up to the maximum the diamond armor can give you by default. Meaning that if you do wear diamond armor and normal, and as well as your normal and armor protection, it doesn't exactly go further than what the diamond armor gives you by default. You see what I mean there? It doesn't go any higher than what diamond armor gives you. Diamond armor will just give you the extra toughness, and Nether will give you more toughness. But moving on to an ability that actually fits the description of having some form of damaged skin, you have Frail Flesh. Explosions do twice more damage against your burnt, worn away skin. skin. I just had the connotations behind this, the fact that, oh yeah, lava doesn't penetrate through your skin, but you know, explosions, they hurt like 2 times more. Even though lava is immune to explosion, apparently lava can't penetrate through your skin, but explosions can. Doesn't make sense, but you know, you gotta balance an origin somehow. That is actually quite funny though, the fact that that's like literally, like the connotations of explosions are worth more damage than what lava is, and lava can't get through your skin, but explosions can. Basically, the long and short of this is the fact that, well, you really don't want to mess around with creepers, because a one simple TNT explosion will one-shot kill you, even when you're wearing a full set of Netherite armor. A full set of Netherite armor and TNT will one-shot you. Creepers are not going to be friendly. Creepers are going to hurt. Make sure you keep an eye on your back so you don't get messed up by a creeper. Moving into the next ability, you've got Ungodly Aurora. You reek of death. Iron golems will automatically attack you on sight. As always, this will only work with iron golems that are summoned by villagers. Any iron golems created by the player themselves will not actually get affected by this type of debuff, as iron golems created by the players are made to never attack the players that created them whatsoever, regardless of what happens. But villager iron golems will go after you, as well as ones summoned in by the summon command, so be careful of that one. They're gonna hurt, you know. Moving to your next ability, you've got the Deteriorate ability. The overworld's oxygen, sunlight, and just about everything about it has the amount of life it has that gives you negative side effects. These negative side effects will vary depending on what items are around. For example, when you're out in the sun, you'll be given weakness and slowness when you're out in the sun. When it's nighttime, those abilities will disappear. But another bit of the side effect is you will also lose your ability to use your primary ability. In fact, it'll be completely disabled, as I've already mentioned today. Basically, you get a good collection of debuffs in the overworld. You don't exactly want to be messing with too much, as it's kind of just a bit of a pain to deal with overall, but hey, you might be fine with it, you might not be. I guess it's up to you and what you think about it. Just overworld isn't exactly your best friend. Moving into your next ability, you've got Nether Inhabitant. Your natural spawn will be in the Nether. Well, you probably knew this already, considering we've done a majority of this video in the Nether, so it's probably understandable already, but hey, here's that extra confirmation if you did actually need it. But yeah, you will spawn naturally in the Nether. Nether is your main home. You get buffs in the Nether. Well, you don't get any buffs. You won't get any debuffs though if you're in the Nether, but you will in the overworld. It's kind of one of those things where Nether's your best friend. You're best off to stay in the Nether, you know? Moving into your next ability, you've got Hydrophobia. You receive damage over time while in contact with water. Again, this is probably a self-explanatory thing. You're going to take damage from water. I mean, you get some pretty nice buffs. You can swim through lava at a faster speed. You can even be in lava, for example. You also don't get hurt by fire, so no duh, water's going to hurt you instead. You kind of got to have something to outweigh the other side of the coin. But hey, what do you think of this origin? Do you think it's a good one? Do you think it's a bad one? Is it overpowered, underbalanced? What's your opinions on it? Let me know in the comment section down below as always. Honestly, I think this is actually one of the first fairly decent origins that get you to spawn in the Nether, as it gives you some abilities to actually deal with and work with while you're in the Nether. But either way, massive thank you to my channel members, my $25 channel member 𝓵𝓲𝓷𝓴𝓼, and my $10 member 𝓵𝓷𝓴𝓼. And until next time, guys, goodbye.